Welcome to class. I'm Annette Julie, and today we'll be learning how to measure a person or a dress form and a t-shirt or any garment. So here you see a dress form, has a little tank top over it, ready to measure. And down here I have a t-shirt laid out nice and flat. The arms are folded over. And you also see a specification sheet at the top. We will draw a picture of a dress form or a person, and at the bottom we'll draw the picture of her t-shirt. So let's start first with a sharp pencil. Whether you prefer soft or hard lead, just make sure it's nice and sharp. And let's draw a very light picture of your person, neck, armhole, sides. I'm going to go ahead and draw maybe the bottom of where a t-shirt or the dress would be. After this, and I'm happy with it, I can go over it in ink. Now I'm going to go ahead and draw the t-shirt. Shoulder seams, armholes, side seams, a little bit of a curved hem, a sleeve that's folded back, and then we have our scoop neckline, a little Henley placket, and our back neckline, and a small pocket. Here we have our t-shirt. Now you can take your choice of pens and go over your pencil lines and finalize things. And let's go ahead and do our t-shirt. Shoulders, armhole, side seam, curved hem, neckline, our little pocket, one sleeve folded back on top of itself, and the other sleeve out straight. Now we can add any stitching that we want to the t-shirt. We can put a little double needle top stitch on the bottom of the hem of the sleeve and the body. We could put a little stitch also on the pocket, and we could put in the buttons. After I'm happy with what my sketch looks like, then I can go ahead and erase any lines that I don't like with the pencil. That looks great. And then the top looks like the dress form. I could also draw on the tank top if I wanted to. I'm going to leave it like this. Now we're ready to take some measurements. Let's go ahead and start with the measurements on your dress form, or your person, or your customer, or your fit model. Our first measurement is going to be high point of shoulder to the waist. So here we have the high point of the shoulder, which is the shoulder seam and the neckline seam. It'll be right there up by those parts on the person's body, right across the chest. And we're going to go down to the waist. There we are, that's 16.5. Now we're going to take again from the high point of the shoulder, down across the chest, and this time all the way down to the ankle. And on this gal, she's petite, so it would be 57 inches. Now we're going to do the cross shoulder from low point to low point, and we have 15. Now we're going to do the chest. There we go, we have 34 inches. And the waist, 25.5. And now the hip. Make sure you go over the buttocks. And there we're at 35.5. And then the sleeve length on her would be perhaps about 22 inches. Now let's go ahead and measure the t-shirt. So we're going to do the high point of the shoulder to the hem. And we're at 23.5. Now we're going to do the chest, which is 1 inch below the armhole. And we're at 18 inches. Now we're going to do the sweep across the hem, 20 inches. Now we're going to do our front and back neck drop. So from a straight line going across using the ruler, down to the front is 6 and down to the back is 1 inch. And then our neck width, (7.5). our cross shoulder. "14 1/2. And that's from low point to low point. Our neck width, which was from high point to high point. And our sleeve length, "15 1/2 inches. And our sleeve opening, 4 1/2. Now we're going to take our armhole measurement. Make sure your armhole is a nice curved shape. Collapse your sleeve and take the measurement on edge. And that is 9 inches. And that was the same for front and back. So go ahead and fill in all your measurements. They're going to be different than the ones that I have. I've got all my measurements in there. I've got my sketches. But I want to do one more thing, which is I want to draw arrows on my sketches and show where I'm taking these measurements. So let's go ahead and do that. So here in the front, the high point of the shoulder to the waist, which was 16 1/2, that went from here to here, and that was 1. My high point of shoulder to ankle, that went from here way down to the ankle. That was 2. My cross shoulder was from low point to low point, right here. That was number 3. My bust chest, right across the widest part, 1 inch below the armhole. That was number 4. Our waist, 25 1/2. That was number 5. So we're giving ourselves a diagram of how we're measuring. And then our hip, which should be across the buttocks and the widest part, 8 inches down at least, usually for regular sizes. That was number 6. That was 35 1/2. We were down here for number 6. And then the arm length. Now we didn't have an arm on this. That was number 7. Now we're going to move on to the t-shirt with the sleeve. You can also use a ruler for anything you want for the measurements and drawing. I'm happy to use my freehand. So the high point of the shoulder, this was to the hem. That was our number 8. Our chest, that was our number 9. Our sweep, that was our number 10, and that was down at the hem. Number 11 was the front neck drop. So from a straight line, we went down, and that was number 11. Also, the back neck drop, Number 12, from that straight line down, number 12. And then our neck width. Going across, that was number 13. Our cross shoulder, low point to low point, that was number 14. Our sleeve length, from the cap to the sleeve opening, that was number 15. Our sleeve opening, that was number 16. And our front armhole, here in a curve, that was number 17. And our back armhole, 18. Let me go ahead and write my name on this. And I think that's going to be perfect to go ahead and turn in. You have completed your lesson on measuring. Thanks so much. Looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.